as someone who used to review games and now works on video games and has some insights into both. I think some of the conversations about reviews in general and what should and shouldn't be there is kind of disingenuous. And I push back against this idea of just inherently objective reviews because inherently our opinions will always be biased in some way. So to ask someone to be completely unbiased, like if you like horror games, should you not review a horror game? Like you're biased because you like horror. So it gets complicated. It gets muddy. So I push back on that idea constantly because it's disingenuous to the experience. Me, when I look at a video game and when I'm talking about a video game and sharing my thoughts, it's how does this game make me feel? What are the things that I connect with? What are the things I don't connect with? And sometimes there will be situations where bugs are a bigger part of the conversation. If I'm playing a game and there are technical issues or performance issues that negatively impact my enjoyment or make me feel bad about playing the game, I will bring those up. I will bring those up in a review, absolutely. On the flip side of it, Elden Ring was a prime example. I did the review for Elden Ring for Windows Central. A lot of people said, "Oh, you can't give this game a 5 out of 5 because it drops 7 frames on Xbox Series X. Like it's 52 to 54 FPS in some spots." When I was playing the game, at no point in time did that make me say, "Oh, I don't like this game. This game feels bad to play." And so for me, that wasn't worth bringing up in the conversation because for me, it didn't negatively impact my enjoyment of a video
Let me
game.
ask you this: when and the example you just gave, is that more of somebody maybe looking for more technical review versus, your thoughts, or does
Yeah,
that kind
if
of
you
apply
want a
at the same point?
technical review, there's places like Digital Foundry that really get in and give you the A/B comparison of video games. But I think when you talk about thoughts and what's important to a reviewer, that's going to be different. That's going to be completely different for every single person. So I hate this idea of a universal metric for every single person who touches a video game because that's I'm of the camp that video games are art, and I don't want any sort of objective standards to be placed on how we discuss art because I think that is horribly boring. Like reviewing a video game should be completely different than reviewing a microwave, but some people want it to be that and have all these different distinctive categories. And again, if you want to review a game that way, that's fine. That's your right. But when it comes to bugs and how they're presented, I think it is important to talk about them in the sense that if it impacts how much you enjoy a game. Um, but I think with Spider-Man 2 specifically and Starfield specifically, I was talking about Lords of the Fallen earlier. And there were people, myself included, talking about the performance problems and the bugs and bringing those to light and be like, "Man, this is kind of a bummer because it is negatively impacting my enjoyment of a game." But Starfield and Spider-Man 2 are another level because of, in my opinion, exclusivity. In my opinion, because PlayStation is a platform holder and PlayStation has hardcore fans, and Xbox is a platform holder and has hardcore fans. Those games in particular, we see, oh, did Spider Man 2 get a pass when Starfield didn't? 99% of that, in my opinion, is simply because they are exclusive games. And you have people who want to take a dig at another exclusive because that's not their preferred platform. So when I look at those conversations surrounding bugs, that bums me out because then it's just amplified. All the small minor bugs are brought to light in a way to like downplay the work of hundreds of people. Hundreds of people worked on Spider-Man 2 and Starfield. And then you're going to have somebody on Twitter take a 10-second video of a bug and say this game is trash. And
Yeah.
that's where I have a problem with the bug conversations.